Carole never thought she'd be famous. I mean, Carole just thought she'd be this old, ugly ex-prostitute living in Tampa.
Oh yeah, she is a former prostitute.
Never be noticed.
She is. That's how she met Dawn.
Yeah,
Nebraska Avenue.
Yep. Yeah, she lived on Nebraska Avenue. She worked Nebraska Avenue in Tampa.
Yeah.
And Don picked her up, and that's how they.
We're gonna expose Carole Baskin this year.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just real life street stars. You know what time it is.
And it's not about the animals with PETA and Carole Baskin. It's about money.
Right.
It's about how many donations they can take in a year. It's all about money. Mm-hmm. It's not about, like, Carole Baskin is probably one of the biggest online bullies there is, because she has a lot of money and she just harasses people. And she takes in $4 or $5 million a year and free mailbox money so she can harass people. And that's what she does. And like, if Joe would have followed through with his plan, I wouldn't have lost any sleep.
No.
If Carole Baskin got whacked.
You
know?
So I have to ask, there was a report that Carole Baskin's husband was found alive and well in Costa Rica. What are y'all thoughts?
That's not true.
She put that out.
She put that out. Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah, I'm feeling like, everyone was going crazy. Like, oh, this changes everything. If
that's the case, then she needs to return the life insurance money.
All right, she collected
everything.
all the guns that she gave to Kenny Farr, the guy who
probably everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
She actually got paid because he was missing.
Right.
And they used it as, hey, well, he must be,
And you know what? On the very first day she was eligible to have him declared legally dead, she's standing at the courthouse waiting for him to unlock the door.
Yep.
Do you feel like that kind of played into a lot of people's feelings on Carole Baskin as far as that?
Well, you know what?
Moved that day.
Carole never thought she'd be famous. I mean, Carole just thought she'd be this old, ugly ex-prostitute living in Tampa.
Oh yeah, she is a former prostitute.
And never be noticed.
She is. That's how she met Dawn.
Yeah,
Nebraska Avenue.
Yep. Yeah, she lived on Nebraska Avenue. She worked Nebraska Avenue in Tampa.
Yeah.
And Don picked her up, and that's how they.
We're gonna expose Carole Baskin this year.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts when we see her on Dancing with the Stars?
Oh my God, the judges destroyed her.
I want her to fall and break a hip, but she never happened.
I mean,
hoping for the moment.
Like
break her neck or something.
They destroyed her. So I mean, like, we don't have anything that we need to say about it. The judges did it themselves.
You know, when they picked her, that
it was just to be made fun of.
It was just to be the laughing
you know exactly what it was.
Yeah.
But on a sensitive side with that Dancing with the Stars,
she's a real
you got to think they're
bitch.
making fun of this guy dying.
Yes.
They made fun of when the judge would say, "Oh, she killed it." They were insinuating, and you have a family over here that's grieving the loss of their father, and she's involved, and it just shows in this world money can buy the whole legal system.
How do you know Kim Kardashian?
Do a tape.
Ray J.
Do a tape of,
Before that.
OJ.
OJ shop, yeah.
I mean, so two people losing their lives is how Kim Kardashian is as famous as she is. And Carole killing her husband is why Carole is as famous as she is. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of a sad reflection on who we are as a society, that we can put these people, we can just look beyond what they've done and stick them up on these platforms and make them tremendously wealthy. And
so from what the Netflix show showed with Don Lewis, he was already traveling, to Colombia, Texas. You don't feel like it's just a plane in the seat?
No, because his planes were
still
there.
That's why.
Yeah, and Carol's a licensed pilot too. And that didn't come out.
See, we're just dropping bombshells left and right.
And Carole keeps changing her stories. And why did she disconnect his phone if he's still missing? Why did she disconnect his phone? Why was she giving away all his guns? Because she knew he wasn't coming back, because she knew somebody whacked him.
Yeah.
100%.
If he's missing,
This is more information.
I can tell you why she's free, but I'll probably have a hit because it's kind of a mob related. And I'll lay this out there. This is going to go pretty deep. So if I get killed the next few days,
oh God,
then you know why. Okay. So the sheriff of Hillsborough County.
Tampa.
Right?
Who's Tampa?
His father-in-law is Eddie DeBartolo that owned the 49ers. Okay? His family donates to Big Cat Rescue. There's a gentleman that sits on Big Cat Rescue's board of directors that's also in business with the sheriff. So there's all kinds of connections and corruption. But as long as that sheriff's in office, Carole will not be prosecuted. So he protects her. And
her brother was
Her
brother
brother
was,
in the
sheriff's deputy.
Yeah.
when Don went missing.
when Don went missing. And
I mean, the FBI's already
Yeah.
determined that all of the wills and the power of
All of
attorneys
them
were
were
all forged.
forged.
Yeah.
They were traced. They were traced from their marriage certificate, or
yeah, every document land transfer was traced from their marriage license.
But it wasn't just that. It was in his will. It says, in case of my death or disappearance. Who puts that?
What?
yeah.
Yeah, who puts in case of my disappearance into something and say, hey, here's the money.
So I'm just curious.
Yeah.
If a person was to feed someone to tigers, let's just say,
Oh, yeah, okay.
do you a whole body or do you parts?
You'd find a lot of the human. I mean, it might eat some of the soft cartilage, but you'd find the skulls and the
Because-
femurs. But the story is she had these industrial meat grinders. If you watch Tiger King, she says, "Oh, there's no way I could have ground him up in the meat." And she had one of these little bologna grinders hooked to her kitchen cabinet. She had industrial meat grinders that she had to pull behind golf carts. I mean, these things, big motors on them, and these sleuths have found the receipts where she sold them at an industrial
Auction. But
auction.
she claimed them as stolen. So
Yeah, and
she
then
actually filed
reported
a
them
police
stolen.
report as them being stolen.
Because you could grind, in an industrial meat grinder, you could grind bone, you'd never find
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
Won't ever find anything.
She's guilty. It's just money. I mean, money.
Yeah, again, R. Kelly was guilty the first time around, and look what happened.
Real life. If that shit ain't real life,
It ain't real life. Just a real life street stars. Know what time it is.